truth, the lies, and politics. Informative, educative, and analytical. Getting to the real issues that affect an ordinary individual in areas of leadership, governance, social, and economy. The truth, the lies, and politics.
Ladies and gentlemen, I do welcome you to The Truth, Lies and Politics here on Spirit TV, your Wednesday where you have 2 wonderful hours of beautiful conversation, but also thought-provoking perspectives. Well, my name is Paul Eki and I'm the show host. And today I do invite you into this dynamic space where ideas collide, opinions ignite, and perspectives are challenged across the table. You can be a part of the conversation through our social media, that is on X, that is formerly Twitter, on YouTube and on Facebook at Spirit TV UG. Please feel free to leave a comment there, and you can make sure that you be a part of the conversation. Later on, our phone lines will be open. You can also call or send a WhatsApp through our phone lines. But this is an interesting conversation on something that is happening currently, and I do invite you to the place where the conversation begins. But just before I introduce my guests this evening, this is for you. This Wednesday on The Truth, Lies and Politics, all eyes turn east where the NUP presidential candidate is drumming up support and promising a reset for Uganda. From an 11-point manifesto packed with political, economic and social reforms to the surprising move of joining IPOD. The question is, what's really happening inside the NUP camp? Is this a new strategy, a sign of political maturity, or a quiet compromise? And what does this mean for their MPs heading into 2026? Expect bold analysis, sharp debate, and the truth behind the politics only on Spirit TV. Stay informed, stay engaged. And we do welcome you back to the show, or the place where the conversation begins. This is The Truth, Lies and Politics. Now, from the streets to the structures of power, Uganda's leading opposition political party, that is the National Unity Platform, is no longer just shouting from the sidelines or just sitting at the table. Well, today it's drafting manifestos, joining IPOD, and preparing for 2026. But as the NUP trades megaphones for microphones and rallies for boardrooms, a big question looms. Is it growing up or it is giving in? Now, tonight we unpack the NUP reset, as their manifesto says, resetting Uganda. It's 11-point manifesto, and the controversial decision to join IPOD, not forgetting the whole process within the choosing of the MP flag bearers, and quite an interesting conversation there. But is this maturity of a government in waiting, or the first signs of a movement losing its soul? Well, with us this evening is a former spy and a political analyst. I also have an MP who has the NUP flag standing in for Bunyangabu, and we will have a third guest who is a political and a business strategist. Well, I do welcome you to the place where the conversation begins. Mr. Charles Romushana, who is a former spy and a political analyst in the show. Good evening, sir, and welcome.
The Almighty God of all creation is great, and the Almighty God of all creation is exceedingly merciful.
Yes, sir.
The message I have for you today, he fed them, more than 5,000 of them at once.
Yes.
He healed them. Even when they died, he resurrected them.
All right.
They welcomed him as a king. They put their clothing so that he could not step down. And later, they demanded that he be crucified.
The very people he looked after.
Yes. And on his way to the crucifixion, they cried. And he told them, don't cry for me, cry for your children. And I can tell you the truth, their children paid. So I'm seeing it in Kenya. They should cry for their children.
In Kenya. We shall get
I'm
to
seeing it here.
that. Yes.
Prepare to cry for your children.
Charles, you've started with the hot message.
Yes. Jesus Christ, the one who said those words.
Yes.
You crying for me.
It's okay.
Why are you crying? You cry for your children. He's not saying you cry for yourselves.
For you?
Your children. What is coming? If you are sensible, you should be crying for your children. What is coming? If we are sensible, we should be crying for our children.
Wow, that is a power-packed message, and thank you very much, Mr. Charles from Mushana, for that message. Always has a word for us right when we start. Now, making his maiden appearance on the show today is Mr. Peter Mugasa Turugira Ansoni. I was just having a conversation with him over that name, Turugira Ansoni. And just totally misexplained it on my part. But he is the NUP flag bearer for the MP position, Bunyangabo County. I would like to welcome you to the show, Mr. Peter Mugasa.
Thank you, Mr. Eki.
Yes.
Thank you, Spirit TV, for inviting us, especially as people from Bunyangabo, to come and speak to Ugandans.
Yes.
And speak to the people in Bunyangabo. And what I would say is that we are coming here to give a message of hope.
All right.
And to give direction to our people.
Yes.
And we ask that you give us your ears and give us your time.
And also ask the questions.
Yes, yes, of course, ask every question.
Yes.
That you desire. And whatever we can answer, we shall answer. Whatever we cannot answer, we shall not answer. By the grace of God, I also thank God that I've met Mr. Romshana. I've watched him since I was a child on screens of TV. Yes.
Charles, you have people who are following you.
I've seen him.
Yes.
But I'm excited that I'm seated together with him.
Yes.
In this studio of this TV.
Yes, and be able to exchange ideas.
Yes, I'm profoundly grateful. And I know he's a wise man.
Yes.
So I will be glad to listen in from him.
Yes.
Directly.
Yes.
We agree.
Yes.
And we disagree. And but we move forward for the benefit of our country.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We'll be having our third guest who will be joining us very soon. That is Mr. Igesa Leonard, as we do progress with our conversation. Well, I'd like to start with what is happening within the week and just a bit of highlights. And of course, there's the NUP Ministerial Summit that is happening in Munyonyo Commonwealth Resort. From last week, we had a ceasefire. You know, Israel, Gaza. There were prisoners released. Some also Israelites were released to go back. Looks a bit, looks like it was a hope that and brewing excitement, but wait to see what happens. But I think the one that happened today is one where the former Prime Minister of Kenya, passed on, and it was announced through the Indian police, and then BBC also aired it, and then other, news agencies picked it up. And so from that point, I think that is where I'd like to first have Charles have his say. The significance of the loss of Raila Odinga. What does it mean for the people in Kenya, but also what does it mean for us in Uganda?
So you See, his age mate, Trump.
It had, yes.
So he was in the Middle East and had another age mate of Turkey, Erdogan.
Tayyip Erdogan.
And a host of other people who call themselves leaders. And they were just stamping that they had brought peace, the plan, but you don't hear from any of them remorse on the carnage in the Gaza. You see, the pain of kids who lost their parents, the pain of mothers who lost their kids, the pain of prematures who never saw light being bombed can only be described by those who experienced it, who felt it. We cannot. Now, and you have people of that age, it's business as usual. Actually, they are even now threatening more death. And at some stage, they will fall and will be looking at their fall as momentous. So, in my view, that's why we have a prayer in the church, in the Catholic Church, that Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. So it's Raila Odinga who knew what it was like at his hour of death. And you need to accept those two things.
Yes.
Those two elements. The first element is that you are a sinner. The second element is that there will be that hour of death.
Yeah.
And that you really need a prayer, and a special prayer from Mother Mary. If I was to take stock of Odinga, I would take stock of ourselves.
Yes.
Where have we fallen short of God's glory? Because when we are talking about ourselves, we especially about among us, those amongst us who have fallen.
Who has fallen, yes.
We tend to judge looking at the good things they've done. We don't know. We don't know how many times they faltered in thoughts, including what they even failed to do. Because when you think of coming here, there is something else you have not thought about. And it could be sinful.
That's true.
The second one, and I think I could end up with that, is that this life is not ours. It's not. But the one who gave us this life, the owner of this life, did not give it to us in vain. It's not that he gave us life, then we waste away. I can't make something to waste away. No. Not something as precious as life.
As life, yes.
So there must be an end. It can't be that you have life, then you are here, you eat soil, you drink water, and then you rot, and it ends there.
There should be more.
There should be, because it's valuable.
Yes.
So what is the purpose? What's our purpose? And have we lived up to our purpose? You cannot begin talking about people like Odinga, like Moi, and there are many others. By the way, there are others on the trail. It's like a train. We'll see that one off. Soon we'll be seeing others off. We cannot be seeing them in relation to the purpose we attribute, in relation to our own, to the purpose we attribute to them. It's because we never gave them life. They never gave you life, for instance. So your life cannot be too your purpose cannot be about me. It should be about the one who gave you that life. So, and it behoves all of us to define the purpose for our lives.
Yes.
Why do we have these lives?
All right.
If we don't, then we will wish that we left. We will wish that we left earlier.
I hear you.
Sometimes it's much better for those who've left than those about to leave. Because who knows? So the earlier we discovered our purpose, and more especially who is the owner of that life, the better. And lastly, God is the giver of life and death.
Okay.
There is nowhere you will go
where you want to experience
and you get life. So he's been in India. Has he come back with a life?
But people
so my thoughts go to those who don't even know India exists.
All right. I hear.
Yes, there are many with more serious ailments than him.
Okay.
But who don't even know that there is Kampala. Yes, and by God's grace they live. But should they need treatment, they can't handle this. So my thoughts go to those more than to those Odingas who had the opportunity of preparing for those that are now picking my thoughts.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Charles, for that. We shall be hearing from Mr. Egesa very soon. But I would like to dive straight into the conversation, Mr. Peter Mogasa. And we have a lot to discuss about NUP. And, you know, you see, NUP began as a movement of resistance. When you think about that, a voice from the streets. But now when you fast forward it to 2025, it's a whole structured political. It began. You know, he will add or you'll edit, right? But if you fast forward it to 2025, it's a structured political entity. And looking at this transformation, what does it mean for Uganda's democracy from your own perspective?
Thank you so much. And before I go to the NUP story, I also want to talk about briefly in a minute about Raila Amolo Odinga.
Okay.
A very strong person in Kenya's politics, and he has worked all his life, I think, with his whole family, trying to make sure that things are done better, in a better way in Kenya. And it is so sad that he has died. I think before he sees things done or things happen the way he wanted them to happen. He has been involved in government. He was former prime minister. He has been involved in many engagements with the ruling government in Kenya.
Yes.
And he has been a respected person. He has fought for the rights of the marginalized. He has really stood firm on principles of good governance, rule of law, and he has lived his life.
Yes.
Thank God that at 80 years, God has chosen to take him. And of course, like Charles said, it is he who gives and he who takes away. So we praise his name. And we pray for Kenya. We pray for the family of the late Amolo Odinga. We pray for the people of his place where he comes from, Kisumu and other places. And we know they'll go through it, and it is very important.
Yes.
And as I conclude on that point, I have seen, before we came into the studio here, I was watching a live broadcast where the President of Kenya, His Excellency Ruto, was giving the country, was addressing the country about that tragedy, and they were planning as a nation on how they will arrange for repatriation of the remains of the late Odinga and how he would be buried. And you would see really government and its leadership are concerned that one of them, though he was in opposition, has gone to meet with the Lord. So it is a good thing that the ruling government is concerned.
Right.
So it is, we should learn from them. We should not have people who die and we have anger over them, and we don't want them, we don't want anything spoken about them, we don't want them buried, we don't want them, like it happened when our deputy president for NUP died, the late Jole Mugisha in Mbarara. They hardly allowed, police hardly allowed the NUP to even pray for her remains. So we should learn to be very, very tolerant and know that.
That's an important one.
Yeah, sure. That it is God, who gives.
And it takes away.
Yeah, sure, it takes
All
away.
right, that's fine.
Now,
yes, the voice in the streets, and now.
You see the NUP.
Yes.
The NUP started as an idea by His Excellency Robert Chagulanyi Sentam, the president. And at that time, it started as just as a pressure group that he named People Power, together with his close associates. So he went on and moved on and moved on and moved on and moved on, and by the grace of God, it is now a political party. It has run for presidency twice. The first shot being the 2021, and now this one. So we have gone on, the party has gone on growing, and of course with the politics of the day,
yes,
understanding the terrain and understanding the people that we are working with, and thank God that we are who we are, a party that can have aspiring candidates all through the country.
Yes.
And we are proud to be part of NUP. We have a very candid leader, the Honorable Robert Chagulanyi. We have a very good team. The leader of opposition was the party spokesperson.
Yeah.
The Secretary General, very sober people, those who know what to do and those who wish good for this country. And some of us, the young people, are also joining the team, and we want to make sure that things are done in a better way. And we want to pray that also people, those that have not seen, can see that we need better.
We need better.
We really need better.
Right.
And I hope as you continue giving us these platforms, we will keep talking to people.
Yeah.
We'll keep asking people to share this information with other people until when we are all ready to accept things done in a better way. Thank you so much.
Interesting. And I'd like to, from that point, I'd like to just go to Charles. Charles, when you look at NUP's journey, okay, do you see a maturing political party or a party maturing political, or it's losing the revolutionary in the sense, or that spark that they had or that they have? Are they losing it, or you see a party that is maturing of sorts? This is just a general overview of the party.
There was a party before that the party existed, was never registered by Chagulanyi.
The one existed before, no?
The party was there, it was registered, but had not been registered by Chagulanyi. It was registered by Chibarama and others long before. The only thing that these people did, they acquired it and changed the name. So it's incorrect to say that they formed that party. That's factually incorrect.
All right.
Two, the formation was born when I was there. The reunion.
Yes.
The Makerere University, at Makerere University, I was invited. I actually spoke on the same platform with Wasarwa. Should have been the first or second. And the idea was to form a reunion, but around DP, around UID. And our host was Mao, Robert Mao, the DP, and he was there. many spoke, including Kyagulanyi. There were some primitive ideas. One with Mwanga Kibumbi, because he said it, and one was too rude. Mwanga Kibumbi was of the view that it was time for Baganda to have a president or a flag to be the leader. And in his statement, because he was one of the conveners, in his statement they were going to sit in a room and determine amongst themselves a Muganda who would lead.
All right.
Bwanka was too crude. For him, he looked at Kiza Besigye being from the west, Munyankwere, whatever you will call it, and that he had to give way. And I remember telling Mwanga Kibumbi that now you see the other part of Besigye is going to be given a platform to fight this formation.
You told him that?
Yes, as Bwanka was still speaking. So that's the trap now. We are falling into trap, and it didn't take long. The next day, Namboze and Rukwago were given a platform for Besigye, and they started hitting that momentum. So initially it was a platform to reorganize political energies, political forces and individuals, etc., to create momentum against Mr. Museveni. The people who were in DP, that is minus Namboze, minus Rukwago, who are not at the reunion, were not looking to being presidents.
All right.
They were looking to using this platform to join the parliament.
Okay.
So the only disposable person who now emerged was Kyagulanyi. To use that, and then immediately they went to Bugiri. They went to. So now two tendencies developed.
Yes.
One, if we are going to field MPs, because I told you I was there, they were not even looking at denying Museveni 2/3.
They were not. They
hadn't, because the capacity was too small. Was still too small. If we are going to field MPs, can we field these MPs under DP?
That was one.
Under Mao. What are the implications? The implications are that the money meant this money they are battling for in IPOD. Mao would be in charge of that money.
Okay, that is in his current position.
No, then.
Then.
Because you see, we had formed. It was DP reunion. It was UYD reunion. Okay. Reunion meaning that they had dispersed. And they had gone to many other political groupings. Bwanka had his own, much as he had not been in DP, I think, or UYD. Komakechi was in DP, yes. Mabike was in SD something.
SDP.
So they made a reunion.
All right.
But now the question now is, if you are going to sponsor candidates for parliament, which platform will you use? So if you use the DP, then they will be at the mercy of DP, of Mao. So two tendencies developed. The first one was negotiate with Mao, reform DP, and take most vital organs.
All right.
Of DP. The second one was to throw out Mao altogether.
But as we see what happens today.
Then
yes.
So so that's when they formed the DP Council, and Mao refused, because Mao then was saying, if you are going to be members of the organs of DP, then renounce your parties. You can't be a Mabike in SD something, then
and
you
part
are
of DP, yes.
Dr. Bwanka in the PPP something, and then you say you want to be in the executive and
of
council
DP.
of DP. you first to renounce yours. We know you have come to DP, you've crossed, and then we fought the DP constitution. That did not work. So they therefore decided to throw him out.
Interesting.
And they did. Formed the council with this lawyer, Kariamagwa, Segona. But the mistake they made was when they were filing returns, they said DP Uganda, something like that. You remember?
What is, yes, that time when we had DP Uganda, yes.
And just more laughed at them.
Because they had missed.
He says, you can't file returns of DP Uganda, there is nothing like
no DP
Uganda. There is only one DP, which is DP.
Democratic Party.
Yes, and I think it went to court and the Segona has lost. So still the same problem remained. That you have Basarwa is Jema. So are you going to go to Jema? Now you can't go to DP of Mao. And these platforms they had created could not be used as platforms, and that's now when they acquire
the current party.
That it said it was some platform, I don't have it in the idea, but NURP, and changed the name, and I think they only changed the name because so therefore it's in so now you've seen the main objective then was we would have members in parliament and we'll be able to get money on those members. It will not be, but the idea was that the MPs in their constituency shouldn't be spending their money.
They should be
they get money on me. The money goes to the organization of Mao. Mao is going to build the building etc. But when I'm mobilizing in the constituency, I use my own salary.
That was right. Yes, I follow you.
The grievance then, because I used to hear them talk about it. So why then don't we form our own organization? That loose coalition, we form an organization, so that when we get money based on our membership.
Yes.
Then we use that money to mobilize in our constituencies rather than mobilize using our money.
Interesting.
Instead of investing in the buildings, etc. So and now when Chagwan comes in, they start investing in the buildings, procurements, and I think some other members got irritated, but I didn't follow it. I didn't follow it. Sure. So now my departure with them, even then, was I was beginning to see, because I worked in intelligence, so I knew gangs that were in town. And here, down here, there is a facility we used to have a debating club there, and below it was a gym facility.
Yeah.
Here. I forget the name. Chaguran used to come there, and we met there a number of times. So I was beginning to see formation of gangs.
From that point.
Gangs now getting aligned to their musical vehicles, called fire-based crew, whatever you call it. But now getting in touch with the gangs. Note that even the state has gangs.
An important point there.
Yes, it runs them. So, but there are gangs in town that carry out theft, that do a lot of things. Police uses them for intelligence. The state uses them for intelligence. Even some churches deal with those gangs. But I reject the idea of building politics around gangs.
Right. Now, Charles, I wanted to hear from Peter, if you can just... there's something he also wanted to give his own view. Then I can.
I would
then I'm getting back onto the issue of gangs. Yes,
I would want to differ with the Mr. Charles Wamushana.
Yes, please feel free.
On the issue of the question that you said, the NUP forming from a street to now
is it growing or it is waning?
The NUP is a growing entity. It is a growing political party in Uganda. and its formation. First of all, when you look at it, the naming, the Kibarama and the group.
You have a gentleman who was seated in those meetings who's given you that perspective.
Yes, no. Let me also give. Let me also speak what they know, because he was speaking. He was speaking on some point. I'm also speaking on another point.
All right.
View. So Kibarama and his people, the Kagombes and the others, had the National Unity Reconciliation Party, and when the Chagulanyis came, they transformed it into the National Unity Platform. The vision. I don't think the vision of Mr. Kibarama and the vision of the Honorable Chagulanyi were similar. They only meet when Robert Chagulanyi is looking for a political party, for a vehicle to move his ideas. That is when he looks around. He even, by the way, talked to the DP. He went to the FDC. He went to the other political parties, but he was successful with the Kibarama and his party. So I think for him, the first credit that Mr. Romshana and the listeners could give to the Honorable Robert Chagulanyi is to move from working as solo in his political operations to now forming into a political group or a political party, which we are now all proud of. You can remember his pressure group, the People Power Movement, and the NUP, National Unity Platform. You don't have to be an NUP to subscribe to People Power.
It was just a pressure group.
It was just a pressure group. There are people who are in DP who are People Power, who did not come to NUP. There are people who are in the FDC who are People Power. By the way, I've even seen in NRM they're saying power belongs to the people, so they are People Power.
They've started giving the slogan.
Kyagulanyi came driving a narrative of being a leader, and the mandate is you are a leader because the people have sent you to lead them. You should not be a leader because you have the power to coerce others to remain in power, something like that. So, and now he has managed to bring all of us together. It started in the central region. You remember people were saying, had a narrative that NUP was for Baganda. He has spoken about it, trying to insinuate that it would have been the Baganda entirely. But now you'll find the NUP.
Some members within the party push that narrative.
Yeah, sure. But now you'll find people who are in Wenzori, who are in Bundibujo, who are in the far West Nile, who are in the north. Everywhere we have formations or structures of the NUP. Now, look at Chagulanyi's music before he even came into active politics. His music was let there be peace. Let there be, let things be done better. Yeah. Let Uganda be better than what we see. I think realizing that he was singing and people were not listening, he decided to say, let me come, put in my overall.
People were listening.
No, people are not listening because things have continued becoming worse than what we expect to see, what they are expected to do. So to me, the NUP is growing, and it is the manifestation is that it has grown so much so that we are now in all parts of the country. Yes. With structures, with people contesting for elective positions, councillors, chairperson C3s, now MPs, and absolutely, of course, the president. So we are growing.
We're growing.
We are growing.
Now, interesting. Thank you very much for that point. Charles, we have about 3 minutes before we get to a quick break. But Charles, you were saying you are against a party aligning itself with gangs. Could you take it on that point?
So yes, so you had one group, the opportunists, but who incidentally were already in parliament, because they were not on parliament initially on the account of these gangs. For instance, Mpuga was initially independent, then later Democratic Party, he joined, he was a supporter of Amama, go forward. But when Besigye picked the wave, then he abandoned Amama. The same is true with Mwanga Chivumbi. He was also with go forward initially. But when Besigye picked ground, he also abandoned. So they were incumbents.
Yes.
But they were not sure of themselves. So that wave therefore was built by incumbents. But built on ground that already had opposition.
Okay.
Yeah, so those areas, you see Kyagulanyi going to basically passed there and picked those crowds. It's not that so it's a trail of opposition. There is a dissent, there are issues. The only battle that was then was who would create the brand of opposition. And unfortunately, it was only available for those who would have an opportunity to be beaten by security and who were also reckless enough to throw stones at security. So if you came and if you were civil or if security ignored you, you wouldn't pick. Because you had to be in prison, you must be beaten, you must be...
You have to pay the price.
For society, it's a stupid idea. For society to appreciate that you are opposition. So now those politicians, I call them migratory. They are like migratory birds, really seasonal. They allied with Kyagulanyi for these gangs, thinking they were going to use these gangs to do an uprising.
All right.
They promised the gangs they would do an uprising. The gangs did not know that these guys only wanted
to use to
be members of parliament. So now you have that disconnect. And I think that's why you now have a quiet campaign. We are tired of people with suits and of English and of...
it's a totally different...
Yeah, you must behave like a hooligan. The ways Ake threw money in front of his father, remember, from the speaker during his wedding. So you've had those rifts, but they are not ideological. And eventually, now they are taking a different format.
Right.
But it has not resolved the question as to why these gangs were in place in the first place.
Why the gangs were in place?
In the first place. Because you see, gangs were never formed by these politicians.
They found them there.
They found them and now merged the idea. So the base of the Kyagulanyi and group is not the philosophy of power belongs to the people.
It's whose philosophy?
No, the base is the gangs. So be Kaihura had Boda 2010. So if I was able to get Chitata and the others, I can easily build on that gang. It's there. There were a number of gangs. Of course, you also have other movements. You have culture. The way you see Mengo, you have religion, Chivuli, and the other faction. You have the Catholic Church. But you also have gangs. Gangs are here, and they are. We have to find a solution for it. I see Uganda police get to the ghetto and see how to reorganize those gangs. There is someone I rescued. You know him. I am always with him. I rescued him. They were going to kill him, and they took his money. So they ran to ransom. Many things take place here in town.
Yeah.
And when I checked, I found that gang was owned by a director in the police.
Interesting.
Yes, and the LCs were involved. Yes. So you're walking on the street. Some people start saying, "No, our dabba." They threaten to beat you, and when you have some money, they say, "Okay, we can rescue you. Bring money." You give them money, they rescue. Your friend rescues you. But sometimes they can even beat you. There are even gangs who provide security. on some of these buildings. There are gangs that still, when was the last Sunday, other Sunday, we were at Christ the King in the morning, and they were passing around, and they said, "Tumanyi mututia, we are going to steal side mirrors, but tugenda kubabba." You get, but you would see formations of people walking, young people. So the gangs exist.
Right.
But if you raise their consciousness into politics, the question now is, at some stage, if when you can no longer manage them or control them, what happens?
Right. We're going to take a quick break on that note. Thank you. And then we'll come back with our panelists in studio. And this is Spirit TV. And this is The Truth, Lies and Politics. Please feel free to send in your questions, your thoughts. We'll be glad to air them. And we'll take a short break and we'll be back.
Truth, the lies, and politics. Informative, educative, and analytical. Getting to the real issues that affect an ordinary individual in areas of leadership, governance, social, and economy. The truth, the lies, and